Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louder. So, back to this fucking pineapple head. Here we go. Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. Prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. I don't know where his voice is going. And the only owner of this office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Ho 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 ho. Wait, that means, I'm not sure what that means. So it was you, then! You're Jim's killer! No way, pal, you got it all wrong. Everyone, calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. I don't know where the southern accent's coming from. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call it a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? I'd rather not touch you, but a pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then, it's your room after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there, sir. I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Are you serious? I should probably give them some space. Let's just walk this away. Hello. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir! Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir! And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Do you like my purple or maroonish couch? I don't know. There's a whole, like, ordeal where people are like, oh my god, his room is red! And people are like, oh, it's purple. It's like, okay, I don't know. It looks kind of maroon. He's kind of wearing, like, almost like a kind of wine-colored coat. I don't know. I didn't read any of this because it's not important to rip. Okay, let's see. It's actually pretty funny because if you look at the other stuff here, and if you've played the other games, they'll actually say, like, a couple of things. Like, I think this one is flowers from a certain person. All will be resolved. Wendy. Oh, Wendy is just a great person. Yeah, she's stalking him pretty much, but it's fine. So let's see. Ah! Your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor? Him. It must have fallen off from the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket you made your prosecutorial debut in? What if they'd shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed yet, Detective. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. Hint, hint, Phoenix Wright. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, That's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds a contradiction. This is it, the bullet hole where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should touch the deduce button with conviction. Okay. And when I have found the sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, then I present it. This is how I do things. So, we're gonna present the victim's revolver, because if you open it, only one shot was fired, but how was only one shot fired if first his gun was shot and the person was shot? There should be 2 shots, so I'm not gonna scream Eureka, so we're just gonna we're gonna let Miles do that. This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? What a hot mess. By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. Secret safe? Oh, I smell money. Give me the money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like that. What you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that! Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here. I would have kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have the knowledge of their existence. So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Well, it looks like somebody wiped the prints, so we're gonna check that out first. Let's take a look-see. Oh god. Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Welp. That sucks. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information that we have. Well, time for logic. Whoops, I did the wrong button. Whoops. The killer's goal, and I would say wiped fingerprints? Perhaps? I hope this is right. Yeah. I believe I figured out what the murderer's after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of sorry, whoa, my voice. The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. Let's see. Why would there be signs of a struggle? Well, or there was... Let's see what this will do. Damn it, I messed up. Pieces don't fit together quite right. let's try this one. Here we go. There is a possibility that the files displayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm going to shelf files like you've never seen before, even at a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try. Okay, move aside, bitch. Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place.
You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there.
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one that keeps things tidy, pal, okay? Done.
Oh, shit. It would appear that the murder definitely was committed here.
The blood stains on the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect that the victim was killed in the standing position, hence the prints on the shelf.
And then the guy fell into the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
But you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. The bullet hole. Because if you look at where the guy would have been standing when he was shot, there's no way that he could have been shot on the ground. So we're going to deduce. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? We're gonna show the crime scene notes. Because it doesn't make sense.
There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir?
You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should have been much higher up.
But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting? But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
Then that means...
Wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption, and it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused the problem with this bullet hole's position? The position of the body, the order of the files is the correct answer here, just because it should, yeah. The position of the body and the position of the handprints you can't really change, so. I feel the order from the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they're arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption that you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in the numerical order and see what we find out.
Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to see how it was before it was moved?
They're finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. Yikes. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith, and then put the files back in numerical order. Oh, whoops.
And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, one before the crime and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene, now the crime scene is as it was the time of the murder. Time to give another look. Well, what is this?
This. What is that? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say it's some incredibly incriminating evidence.
Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir.
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer was really after? Very dramatic. Yay, investigation complete. Woo!
Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this is the most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up.
Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say?
If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning.
You got it.
Dun dun dun. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are we going to do?
What I've always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique.
Ooh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
Maybe some other time. Rip, I'm sorry. Mr. Portsman, if you're ready.
Aw, if you don't have time, you could just say so, sir.
So basically, what I just did was skip the tutorial part for cross-examination because I really don't want to go through that. But here we go. This is basically it. I can just explain it to you. First, you hear their argument. So,
Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. I'm rapping now. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters that his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you'll be brought to justice.
So you listen to that, and then it's like, oh, embarrassing. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer?
I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest.
Are you sure that you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. So, yeah. We're actually going to stop right here in the middle of his stupid cross-examination rebuttal nonsense. So, Pineapple Head is, again, trying to push the blame on someone else. There's a lot of complicated things going on because someone went through Edgeworth's files twice. We don't know what the hell is happening, but all we know is that this guy is sketchy AF. So next episode, we're going to fight him and see what we can find out about the situation. So yeah, see you guys next time.